Hi, my name is Brett Dillinger, and I'm here today to tell you why we should have sex education required in the school curriculum. Now, what is sex education, you may ask? Sex education, as defined by PlannedParenthood.org, is high-quality teaching and learning about a broad variety of topics related to sex and sexuality, exploring values and beliefs about these topics, and gaining the skills that are needed to navigate the relationships and manage one's own sexual health. Now, the problem with sex ed today is that it is not mandatory in the majority of schools across the nation. After not only conducting a significant amount of research, but also going through my own school sex ed program, I've conducted an opinion on the possible requirement of sex education in schools. With teen pregnancy still on the rise, and 75% of those being unplanned, the relevance of sex education is now more important than it has ever been. The most important reasons that we should teach sex ed in school is because many students have already had sex and should learn the correct process and precautions. The sex education system helps lower unplanned pregnancy rates, and besides, let's be honest, not all parents have 100% of the correct information. So, like I said, the first reason why sex ed should be taught in schools is because 71% of 19-year-olds have already had sex. That's a big number. So if they have not had the correct instruction, they might continue to practice this unsafe sex that they have been doing, and that can cause a lot of long-term injuries. The second reason why sex ed should be taught in school is that students are less likely to experience unplanned pregnancies if they have gone through the program. However, the difference in style of the sex education course can influence these numbers even more. One style is known as comprehensive sex ed. According to CSIS.org, comprehensive sex ed programs use a holistic approach to provide young people with complete, accurate, and age-appropriate sex education that helps them reduce their risk of HIV and AIDS, other sexually transmitted infections, and unintended pregnancy. Now, on the other hand, abstinence-only sex education programs teach only the basics of protected sex and suggest to withhold having sex until after marriage. The National Survey of Family Growth concluded that students who are within given comprehensive sex ed are 50% less likely to experience an unintended pregnancy than those who are given abstinence-only sex ed. However, both learning styles resulted in even less pregnancies than those who had no sex ed at all, so it is evident that this should be required. Now, the third and final reason why sex ed should be taught in schools is just the honest truth that not all parents have the right information. They might have a little bit of experience and a little bit of knowledge that they've been passed down from their parents, but they can't know everything that the teachers will know coming into the sex ed program. And if those parents didn't have sex ed either, then they can't teach their children effectively at all. So it just builds on top of each other. Without the right sex education in the school system, the students would never attain the right information. So, to conclude, sex education should be taught in schools because many students are already practicing unsafe sex. That's one problem. They need to learn the dangers of this unprotected sex. The second reason is that students are likely to obtain unplanned pregnancies if they don't go through the program. The straight truth is that if they know the dangers of it, if they know the correct procedures and precautions, they are much less likely to experience these unplanned pregnancies. And once again, the honest truth that just most parents don't know everything that they need to know to teach their kids. And they just can't teach them the things they don't know. That's just how it is. They can't communicate all the information. Therefore, sex education should be required in schools to help keep the future of our nation, our future generation, safe. Thank you.